Everyone, welcome to the Campus Solution, where we inform, entertain, impact hope and transformation in your life. Join us every day as we discuss different topics ranging from politics, relationship, mental health, side hustle, and many more others. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Today I'm joined with very beautiful ladies. We have Nicole and Etha, as we are going to discuss feminism and see how it has impacted our lives. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Welcome. Nicole and Etha, let's introduce ourselves, say something small about yourself, then we begin.
Hi, my name is Nicole. I am a mass communication student, second year in JCOT. I'm also a mental health activist, a proud feminist, a podcast host. Basically, I wear a lot of hats, but yes, today I have been called to speak on feminism.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Etha Linda. I am a student as well at Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. I am in my second year in journalism. I am also a podcast host, or I have a podcast rather. I also do other many things on the sides, but generally today we are here to talk about this issue. And it's an honor.
So as they have allowed us to know, these are proud women, proud to say they're feminists. So they're going to enlighten us what is feminism all about. So let's start. We must get the root definition of feminism so that you can understand exactly what you're talking about. So what is feminism?
Feminism.
Yeah.
In Google's words, it's the advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of the equality of sexes. So to simplify that, it's fighting for women's rights in our society today, in a patriarchal society where the sexes are not equal.
Okay, so Etha, what's your view on the definition of feminism? What do you think?
Feminism is basically what she has said about advocating women's rights and everything. But there's another definition that people think that is there on the ground that they tend to misunderstand.
So what's the definition?
And so the definition on the ground.
Yeah.
Tell us.
People think that the definition on the ground is that feminists are women who are trying to overthrow the men or something like that. Stubborn-headed women who think that men are not it. They feel like we are fighting them.
Yeah, I want to overtake them.
Our own selves. You get it?
So in the ground, they assume that a feminist woman is that one who wants to overpower the men gender.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at feminism, there are these two terms that normally come, like equality and equity. Can you define them in your terms?
Equality and equity. But those two terms have caused a debate in the movement, but they're very simple terms. Equality is providing equal opportunities or the same opportunities to two groups. So within feminism, that's male and female. The same opportunities you give to men are the same opportunities you give to women, regardless of their individual differences or their needs. Then equity is giving opportunities to a group dependent on their needs and their differences. So for example, and I love to use this example, I think it was given by one of our lecturers, women in the workplace are given leave of how many months when you give birth?
Maternity.
Maternity leave, it's usually
3 months.
After you give birth. I think it's 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
Yeah,
Only 2
yeah,
months.
for women.
Three.
Yeah, and then I don't know how many days for men.
Men.
Men it's days.
Men it's days.
Days. Yeah. So you can see where equity plays, like the needs of a woman as a newborn mother or as a new mother. That's why you need 3 months for women and not for men. Because for men, yes, he participated, or he's also a father, but the mother has more duty and responsibility for the newborn child than the father. So that's where equity comes in. Or I don't know, for example, now the disabled, obviously they have to be catered for in a special way, more than just us people who have all of our limbs and whatnot. So equity is providing opportunities based on someone's needs and their own unique differences. Yeah, that's the difference.
But don't you think that also the men, they deserve a longer
Paternity
because
leave.
they also need to bond with their kids. When you're talking about equity, they also need to bond with their kids. So the same are giving the ladies a longer period for the maternity leave. Why don't you provide the male gender a longer period to bond with their kids?
Well, you know, truthfully speaking, and this is common knowledge, and if you disagree with this up to there, I don't know what to
We
say.
apologize.
Yeah, we both know that the lady is the one giving birth. Yeah, she's the one doing all these things. You get it?
Yeah.
The men, yes, they will bond, but the lady plays a bigger role in the upbringing of a child rather than the male in the life. You know, like most of the time they spend with the mother more than the father. So the men given long paternity leaves.
And to be honest, even if they were, they'd probably just stay at home and watch football.
So you don't agree with that?
Well, if they were to be given a longer paternity leave, not 3 months, maybe a month, you know.
It's okay.
I feel like there should be better men out there who, if they want a long paternity leave, then help me, you know? If you're from delivering a child, from the process of it, I can imagine it's very painful, because being a lady, at the stage I'm in, I know what we're dealing with our bodies. You get it?
Yeah, that's true.
So if we are to give them a longer period where they stay home after they have had a child, let them be more supportive. Like, wash the clothes for me,
Change the diapers.
Drop the thing that you want to, you know, help me.
Drop the ego.
It will make you less of a man.
Yeah.
It will actually make you a better man. You get it?
Yeah, sure. So, so feminism, we all know it started a long time ago.
Yeah.
How has it evolved since it started up to this point?
Well, for starters, it's gone global, because feminism started around the 19th century, late 19th century. And then it was just in the West, you know, like Western culture, really, it accepted feminism and progressive ideas of women being equal to men. For Africans and Asians and, you know, us, these tight-knit, rigid societies, we weren't really for the idea. But for now, I think everywhere around the world, be it Africa, be it Asia, be it all the continents,
it's being embraced.
Yeah, it's being embraced, it's being fought for. Also, with that comes also the other side of the coin. Yeah. There's now you know, when you start something, you don't start it out thinking, everyone that starts something, they always have the best in mind.
Sure.
The best vision, the best goal for it. But then along the way, things get mixed up, ideologies get mixed up, the wrong people enter the movement. So even the feminism today isn't what it was when it started.
That's true. Okay, so why? What was the purpose for feminism? Why did women wake up one day and decide we must fight for our right? What was that? What was the reason?
I feel like I know that it is because we have much of a and generally the society didn't see that in us. They only saw the roles of staying in the kitchen, doing what they regard as
Womanly,
being a woman. Yeah, they do not see that we can also become bosses, we can also become leaders, we can also want to sit at the table and share our own opinions about our lives. The funny thing is that decisions will have been made about us, we get it. And they want us to accept it and embrace it without actually asking us. And even today, there are some people who still do that, because I feel like currently, in my country, feminism, we feel like we have over-empowered the grandchild, but I don't really feel like it is, because it is by word of mouth, we get it.
Yeah.
But on the ground,
True.
it's still happening. Something
that thought you're going to that.
Thank you.
So, you say that we started this because we felt we were being ignored.
Yeah.
Our achievements were not being given that much of attention. So we needed to tell people we can do things. So that's why we started these feminism groups. We started to fighting for our rights and all that. So do you think we achieved? Can you say that we really achieved? You can say that outside there women are empowered.
I think we're making progress, because in the past women couldn't vote, now they can. In the past women couldn't go to school, now they can. In the past women couldn't take leadership roles, now they can. So I feel like we've made steps, but are we there yet? We're not. We still have a very long way to go. So just like she said, I'm always surprised when I hear someone say the woman has been overempowered, because we are still not yet at the bridge of equality. We are still not yet at a space where we can say, hey, now we're good, tumefikia the men, let's now move at par, because we're still undergraded in many aspects.
Thank you. Let's take a short break, then we're going to come back and look at how the boy child has been affected with empowerment, and if we have really empowered women outside there. Welcome back to Campus Solution. Etha, before we break, you had talked about empowerment. The way we presume empowerment, we think we are empowered, but it is only by word of mouth. Ukienda kwa ground, things are different. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I feel like what I have observed is that yes, it is out there. It looks like it has been oversaid and overemphasized, but really we are talking about it because it hasn't been done. It's like marketing.
Yeah.
When you're marketing your product and it's reached in a place, your commodities are actually doing well. Yes, you continue marketing, but then pia kidogo mtalegeza, because at least you have got to that point, you have reached the goal. But with feminism, we haven't really reached that goal. Yes, we're making steps every day, but out here, the boys and the men and the society, they do not think like that,
Yeah.
They still have that backward sometimes mentality. They want to feel like they are underestimating us. It's like it's just a word, but it has been oversaid, but it hasn't been acted upon.
Sure. Nicole?
I feel absolutely the same. I think that I'm usually saddened. And every time someone says, oh, the girl has been overempowered, oh, like, okay, now let's stop. You guys are doing it too much. You're doing our faces. While vitu kwa ground, men are still getting better pay than women for the same job. Gender-based violence is still largely affecting women more than men. Just so many issues, we're still being victimized. Even when gender-based violence cases occur, most of the time they blame the woman. We are still underrepresented in politics and leadership and government. So we still have a far way to come. Yes, we've accomplished a few things here and there, but the girl is still far from being overpowered. A simple question.
Yeah.
As a lady, you're afraid to walk out at night, yes?
True.
But imagine if a man was seated here and you ask the same question. They don't even have to think about it.
Wanasema kutoka nje ni kawaida.
They don't have to think about going out at night.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
So we have a female curfew. Gender curfew.
We have a gender curfew.
So that if you're at that time of the night you're walking alone, you would feel safe if you're not the guy, for instance, like some person you know, because you feel like that's security on its own. Like we still need security.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Even in our homes, you'll find that ukifika home, yes, you're in campus, you go back home, you'll be, especially at this time, 6, you'll be back home. But your brother who is also there, akikuja 10, it's okay. Akikuja 9, it's fine because he's a boy. So there you have it. Empowerment, yes, is there, but when you go to the ground, things are different. Women are still being victimized. Women are still scared to speak out, to speak up because of male, or because of their fathers, because of their husbands. So let's do this. Let's empower women, not by word of mouth, but go to the ground, see what's happening, talk to them, know what they need and how to help them. So when also talking about women empowerment, feminism, we also need to look at the boy child. Munaona, how has it affected the boy child? Because right now we feel like the boy child has been ignored, then the girl child has been empowered. So everything that has to do with a girl inaikuwa above the boy. So what do you think?
For me, I usually feel very conflicted with this particular topic because napeanga hii scenario. Imagine you're in a race, like marathon, and then sinyi watu mmesimama hapo.
Yeah, true.
Nini?
Kwa line.
The kickstart thingy clears, and then you're supposed to run. Then for some reason, all of you make your barrier except one person. That person gets a head start. Maybe in the 10 kilometers. Na nyi bado tu make your barrier. Then akifika 10 kilometers, ndo sasa nyi mtafunguliwa.
Sure.
So obviously, you're going to try catch up to him, but you won't. He'll be far way ahead. And at the end of the day, atashinda your race.
Yeah.
I'd equate it to feminism. For generations and generations and generations, the male species, the male gender got a head start from women. Women tulia. Okay, ni tulieni kwanza. Wacha male ashine. And you know, we don't blame the man. We happen to live in a patriarchal society. It favors the man.
Yeah.
So not every man is at fault, but walipewa head start. So now, as we're just trying to catch up with them, sasa sisi ndo race yetu imeanza. And ni women, sisi wenye tuko kwa hiyo start line, sisi ndo tunajipea psych. Tujaribu encourage. Huyo mbaba
alishaanza kitambo.
Alianza kitambo. Yako huko mbele.
So sisi tuna hold. Tuanze. We hold each other as we start.
As a feminist movement, we've started the race, and because tuko wengi, tunapeana psych. So nasemanga, the boy child, yes, there's an aspect of neglection, but hiyo ni outcome, because we can't, let's say, acha nipeane scenario ingine, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. So ni kama the way the black people fight for their rights as blacks, waseme, oh my gosh, but to neglect white people, let's also start fighting for the whites. But why are you fighting for the whites? Oh, kuna shida gani? They don't go through what black people go through.
True.
So it's the same way with the male gender and the female gender. Women are still the ones discriminated against. Women are still the ones looked down upon. Women are still the ones that go through majority of the issues in the world. So as we're supporting women, we're not saying it's just a male to make overlook. You still have so many, what are these things called? The world still favors you as a man just by being in a patriarchal society. So 1 or 2 boys around the world watakuwa like wamepatikana in the crossfires, like we are sorry and we apologize for that as a feminist movement. And what I usually say is, just as women, sisi ndo tulianzisha movement, why don't they start their own?
So if they feel they are not empowered enough, they should start.
Yeah, because why should we carry their burden? We're already carrying ours. We asked them for generations to help us. Wakatukata. Wakasema nyinyi kaeni chini. Sasa as we've risen up, we've understood our power, we've embraced our power and our strength. We are fighting for ourselves. the ground is also open for you as a man, for you as men in the society, to form your own movements, support each other, you know, and grow.
Etha na Asha, acha tusikie Etha. Etha.
So, I feel like if they actually start it and they label it men empowerment, sasa nasikia ni hapo it will like now bring them when they meet, you know, it's like this person I mean allowed to mention.
Sure.
I will not mention the name, but there is a person in Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
This man, we do not know his face. Yeah? We do not know his life. Very few people know, maybe if you go really deep, but he doesn't really disclose about his face and his personal life. But in order for him to empower men, he has to crush women.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why can you not empower men without including women? Because that is a very weak move. Like, why would you do that? You know? So, and also the part of neglecting boys. Maybe sometimes boys feel like they're neglected because it's always, we are talking about girls, but we're actually just talking, as you had said, because on the ground, actually a little bit different. But maybe if we raise guys who value women, who see women as something, because I have met guys like that. I have an awesome friend who actually values women as really, really, very much. I'm actually surprised at the ex. I'm like, what raised you? You know? Yeah, so maybe we should like just like maybe come to the work on that. We like build the boys like that. We build the bold men who can actually take empower the woman. You know? Tuangalia waseme, no, you were true. You're not doing it right. You're not doing it the way you want it as a man. What's your point? The feminism in relationships. Get it?
Yeah. So like when they want to be empowered, empowerment should start from them. Sindo. Okay, there's this thing also why I'm saying they feel like they're being neglected. You'll find a different grade, like when you want to join campus, there's a different grade for joining for ladies and one for male. So us is a bit lower compared to them. Then also when they allocate bursaries, you'll find they'll put the girl child ahead of the male. So they'll provide everything for the girl, then boy anaambiwa hangangane.
It goes back to the race. The boy was given the head start a very long time ago. So sisi tunapewa goodies, tunapewa water tumfikie, tunapewa maji tumfikie. Like, I like looking at feminism and women empowerment with a grand scope of things. Like naonanga women, or rather the female species, in numbers. I'm not saying the one boy mwenye hakupewa bursary in place of a woman, or the one woman mwenye alipewa bursary
in place of a man.
Naonanga this woman ana represent 10,000 women who, if it was a generation ago, would not have gotten that chance. So we're still trying to catch up to the man. The man already, even education-wise, tukiangalia STEM courses. STEM courses are
for the men.
Like men, mostly 70-80% men. What are these things called? Masters. Nani wenanga masters mostly?
Man.
Because the woman akimaliza uni ataambiwa, and that is if they even finish, ataambiwa okay, wewe sasa enda uolewe utupe familia. So women are just, or rather the society, this patriarchal society is trying to find a way kufanya the woman kufikia the man. It will affect a few people on the way, and it's not their fault. It's absolutely not their fault. But this is the only way to make sure the woman is anafikia the guy kwa the race, you know.
Yeah, true.
If let's say the grade is not lowered for the woman, or bursaries are not given to women, kumbuka the man was empowered kitambo.
Yeah.
So if we don't do something to empower the woman atabaki penye ilikuwa, the man will continue growing from where he was left off. So we have to do something to give the girl a competitive edge.
Sure. So let's look at feminism or empowerment and marriage. Some people feel like an empowered woman will want to put their careers ahead of their family. I find like there's women, they'll feel like in certain age they don't want to maybe to start a family or to give birth when they are married. They want to put their careers first. They want to ensure they reach the top before they start now concentrating on their family. What do you think on that?
Well, to some point, I feel like this is opinions.
So it's not true.
We can all be feminists here, right here, but you feel like you want to start a family at that age. It's personal, but people assume that everyone will want to put
their families first.
There are those feminists who do that. Like they want to put the family aside and focus on themselves first. And it's not actually bad, because sometimes something that I have learned or I have observed in the society, in marriages, like we are encouraging women to have their own money, have their own career, have something that belongs to you. So you get it. So most of us feel like before we get to that point in life, we want to have our own thing. You know? And you have to understand that before you found me,
I was empowered.
I was already someone. So you can, because in the past they used to take us down by that. They used to take it down bishop because you don't have anything. But you know, when you have something to offer, it's that's when people like, that's what pushes. But about marriage and children, I feel like it's more about opinion. It's like personal.
And also, what's made it personal? Again, now these are one of the achievements of feminism. Feminism or women empowerment has allowed the woman to have freedom of choice. I can make my decision. I don't have to aspire to marriage. I don't have to aspire to children or to a family. Maybe to me as an individual, my career is my pinnacle. That's my top. I don't want kids. I don't want to marry anyone. And to stay single.
So the choice is yours throughout.
Pro-choice. But in the past, as a woman, I couldn't make that decision. The decision was made for me when I was a child. I was already being sold off to someone to get married to and to have kids too. So I feel like when it comes to marriage and family, every individual is different. And now because of the feminist movement, we are free to make which choice we want. True. Maybe I want kids, maybe she doesn't. Maybe I want to marry, maybe
she doesn't want to marry.
I want, maybe it's not my priority. Maybe I first want to self-actualize, reach the top of my career, then have kids. Maybe I want kids first, then now self-actualize.
So putting marriages, children, that is your choice. That's not a decision for someone else to make. And you refusing to have kids while you are working, it's not their decision to make. It's up to you.
And so, no. Who understands that? Yeah, you have to. Am I going ahead?
No, you're okay.
No, I'm not going ahead. Like you have to find a partner who is amepevuka hapa, understands that the society is changing and that the world is changing and that I can also make a decision. So you come first, I have fun, guys. You know, you intermingle with the girl, they're like, karibu kumaliza shule. Sasa ukimaliza shule, kuna any other thing you are supposed to do. So you never even get to marriage, like you marry, then we travel. Like no.
But kuna these men, or let's say, they feel like they can't marry a woman who is empowered, or because maybe you are hard-headed, umski ama respect.
Which that's an assumption, and then two, now that's where you go to child upbringing. And you know, unfortunately, the children or the adult men now were brought up by the past generation. Like ukiangalia parents wetu, they are still very rigid, very in the past. So when you unakuwa brought up, obviously you could tell the power imbalance between your mom and your dad. So hadi hao wana grow up kujua I'm supposed to be window kusema kwa nyumba, not woman. So wakianza kuona the woman has a voice, they're like my mom was not like this, you know, sijui nini. I think it's unfortunately it's a very sad and wrong outlook. They shouldn't feel like that. As a man, you shouldn't feel like atisa if you get married to an empowered woman, umekaziwa, you know, umewekwa, I don't know what. To be honest, me, I never have anything wrong with, you know, this thing where like people are so against people in a relationship where the woman is the provider. What's wrong with that?
Men have that part of them that tells them that they are the providers. You get it? And yes, maybe at first it might work, but eventually as it goes, I don't know if it's automatically or just something in the society. Because as it goes, because it's even something that's in the Western one. Like they still want to do that step forward than us, mbele kutushinda. So I mean, that's why I'm just saying it's about the type of man you get. If you have that kind of strong man, a man who understands what people we are, and a man who understands you as a person, most importantly, then you're good to go. If you find that, in which case it's hard because people don't show it instantly. They show it like after some times.
So do you support those men who stay in their homes and wait for you to provide? Like they want you to be the breadwinners. Is it okay? Because I think right now the society is changing. You may get married to someone, maybe he's working, then inafika point and stop. Since you are maybe earning more than him, and stop from working, so he stays at home. The society feels like it is not right. What do you think?
Personally, Mimi, I don't mind, because if I can do it, if a woman can do it, because a lot of women are housewives, a lot of women are stay-at-home moms, then why shouldn't the man? Me, I think it's a double standard. Yes, it looks weird because you're not, society and people, then they don't accustomed to change well. Like ukiona kitu nye haifai kukaa venye umezoea, you're like mbona inakaa weird, but
you fight it.
I would not. You fight it. I wouldn't have a problem with it, because then that would just be a double standard on my part, because I would, even Mimi, if I was someone who would love to be a housewife, then society would allow me to be one. So why not let the man?
Okay, as we wrap up, maybe can you tell us if you feel that women have been empowered enough? Like when you go to the streets, can you point someone and say, anyway, this lady has come from far. This girl here ametoka mbali, and this is all because of empowerment. Can you say that?
Well, I feel like first of all, ukiangalia kwa streets, I feel like a lady who dresses how she wants is an empowerment. You get it?
True.
Because I can't dress. There are this type of, let's go back to marriages. Where you get a boyfriend, now you get a husband who wants you to dress in a particular way. You have, before you met, you're like, you get it?
Yeah.
Then, after you
come
change, like, he wants you to put something different on, something, maybe change your views. And sometimes these things actually press a woman down to the fact that lady, you got her empowered. You have pressed her down, but she's no longer the person she was. So I feel like nikitembea kwa barabara, especially even when I see like older ladies, so that even as young people we dress the way we want. But so let's talk about older ladies, like ladies who are maybe mature, they look like ile umri like our mothers, get it? Sometimes I feel even when they have worn a skirt and it's even above the knee, slightly above the knee, that is a lady.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation to come to this show. There you have it. As you've heard, empowerment starts with you. Empowerment is not about just speaking, it's about acting. If you need to be empowered, start from you, start from back home. Start doing things that you love without fearing what people will say about you. So thank you so much for this show. Thank you for coming again. This has been a fun session with you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your host, Ruth Adasa. See you next time.